Hey everybody, how y'all doing? And welcome back to yet another similar discussion video. Today, let's talk anime, let's talk video games. Yes, so that's what I want to talk about when it comes to this kind of discussion. So obviously, when you think anime, obviously you think of some of the best animated cartoon shows in history. You know, anime's been around for over 30 plus years. Come on, when you think anime, you think Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Pokemon, One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh. I can go on and on and on. And of course, all those shows all have such a good following. Eventually, obviously, it's all about merchandising and cash grabbing. They all come with some good merchandise, and of course, eventually movies. And of course, some of those, like I mentioned, would get actually some theatrical animated releases. Like, believe it or not, I believe the recent DBZ movie actually had a theatrical release. And of course, they had Pokemon with the first movie. I still remember the promos for that movie, and of course, I was excited to see that. I was like, "Oh, sweet, a full-length Pokemon movie!" I was excited for that. So you kind of I think you know where I'm going with this. Is that obviously when with a popular franchise such as any of those come out, obviously someone in Hollywood is probably going to try to piggyback off that and try to do something of their own. In other words, they want to take something as popular as an cartoon animated film and turn it into a live action video adaptation. And of course, depending on how you look at it, it either comes out to mixed results. And yeah, believe it or not, I don't know if you knew about this, but there were two. I believe, to my knowledge, the earliest live action adaptation of a popular anime movie, I believe, was Fist of the North Star. It came out like the early '90s, and it starred Gary Daniels. How ironically, around the same time, Jackie Chan did Sea Hunter. And I reviewed that movie on my channel some time ago. All those were, despite some critics saying bad things about it, but both movies were fun. But now let's talk about the flip side of that coin. Let's talk about when Hollywood essentially has a lot that just doesn't care anymore. The fact that all they just want to do is just take something that's popular at like any of those shows and just essentially make a movie out of it. And with that in mind, you think of, there was a live action Ghost in the Shell movie starring Scarlett Johansson, which always had me scratch my head. I'm like, why would you do a live action adaptation of Ghost in the Shell when we already have a live action adaptation? Hello, The Matrix. In fact, the entire movie was based on the whole thing, on the artistic style of Ghost in the Shell and the philosophy and everything. So why would they do that? All they care about is the moolah. And of course that proves to me that Hollywood really sucks. Hashtag Hollywood sucks. Because they don't listen. All they just care about is the moolah. They just don't care. They don't listen. All they just want to do is just say, oh, let's capitalize on something like this. Let's do something like this. Let's go to anime. Let's go to video games and let's make a movie. Okay. And sure enough, when you do that, you're gonna piss off some of the wrong people. Okay. Even something how I say is in actual guys over in Japan, especially the guys that will put their blood, sweat, and tears into creating their stories, for everyone to enjoy. Whether you're a teenager, a kid, a young adult, anything of that. Okay, to me, all that is just a slap in the face. Okay, and I hate it. Okay, to me, Hollywood just needs to get their heads out of their asses and stop doing this. But of course, that doesn't stop them from butchering video game adaptations. And the first video game adaptation I think everyone knows was this Super Mario Bros. Movie. Of course, also another movie I also reviewed on this channel. Of course, I could talk more about that, but let's see. If Super Mario Brothers movie set the bar, I've said before, double movies that any other video game adaptations came after kind of just either when it just fell short or fell above. It depends on how you look at it. With Double Dragon, that sunk. Oh my goodness. There's so many other ones, but there are a few, but depending on how you look at it, they can look at them as, oh, they're good, but I'm like, this is not what we're looking for. Like the Assassin's Creed movie, which I reviewed on this channel some 8 moons ago, while looking back at it, I thought it was a fine movie, even though it's taking the story in a different direction, but this is not the Assassin's Creed movie that we're looking for. But I think the best video game adaptation that I think fans will agree was Rampage with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And yeah, I have not seen that, but I heard some good stuff about it. So at least there's some storylines in some of these movies. But but it really just pains me. It pains me to say this, but all they're just doing is just they don't care. Okay, they just say, okay, hey, why don't let's just make a movie. Let's just make a movie on a video game. We don't care if they love it or hate it. Let's just do it, put it out there. Hey, well, of course, hey, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and of course, yeah, there's not much else I can say about that. Okay, and I've said, and of course, seriously, I could probably dissect everything that's wrong with these movies. It just sucks, okay? Hollywood really needs to just stop. They just need to stop, pump the brakes, look around, and to realize that what they're doing it is not going to do well. They have to listen. If you want a good live-action anime adaptation or that you want to do, let's see, I believe Funimation, some time ago, they did a live-action adaptation of Attack on Titan. And of course, I heard some people kind of enjoyed that, but at the same time, I was like, why? When first of all, I know Funimation kind of was behind all of it. But Attack on Titan was fine as is. Why did you need to do a live action adaptation? It's like it just raises the question: just why do you want to do this? Stop. Okay, there's elements that from anime that remain in anime. Don't try to piggyback off of that and try to bring it to the real world or make a live action adaptation, because that's just going to come across as both insulting, a slap in the face, and it's just gonna fall flat. Okay, it's you gotta know your audience. Okay, I've said that when it comes to franchises or anything of that nature. Know your audience. Know what you're doing. If it works, you're gonna make some fans happy. If it doesn't, you're gonna be hated. Okay, there's a reason why there's some directors and people over in Hollywood that are hated. Uwe Boll ruined practically doesn't know anything, okay? He ruined so many other video game adaptations. Blood Rain, Alone in the Dark, Far Cry. Yes, there was a Far Cry movie. Because first off, Uwe Boll is an idiot. He's a foreigner. He never played a fucking video game in his fucking life. All he just says, hey, make this movie. Okay, I'll do it. Done. Like I said, all they see is money. All they see is money. They don't care, all right? So, to the idiots in Hollywood, stop. Just stop doing this. Get your heads out of your asses. Find some other source of inspiration to make movies, okay? Stop going to anime. Stop going to video games. Do something else, okay? Okay, think outside the box. The best ideas always happen if you watch something on TV or you experience some kind of event. Then draw inspiration there, okay? That's how it works, okay? Like anything, hey, it works for horror movies too. Like, think about this. Think about this. If you didn't know about this, Nightmare on Elm Street was actually based on something that happened to Wes Craven as a kid. So there you go. There's your source. There's your catalyst. Use it. Work off of it. All right. Okay, sorry for that rant. Sorry for cussing out everyone, but you get my point. Okay, so the big thing is, I want to ask everyone. Okay, just as a closing, do you think Hollywood should stop making live action anime movies or video game movies, or should they just do something else? Okay, that's my big question. All right, that does it for this episode. That does it for this week. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for some more awesome, exciting videos.